Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at headlines and drink coffee and share knowledge from our city, our state, and our country. We take a look at the knowledge that you have, the questions that you have. We combine all this information so we can have an awesome time living here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. Not a bad deal, if you ask me. Today is Wednesday, April 5th, and we have a few bits of news as always. We will not be including the news that we promised Gary Green we would feature today, because Gary tells me that there are some glitches in his machine, but we will wait for Gary to give us the go-ahead and tell the information about this new stair project. But we have other goodies to look at, other goodies. But before we do that, as always, welcome. Welcome to everyone watching live for the first time. If that is your case, please feel free to let us know by writing the word new in your comment, and we'll be so very happy to give you a nice little welcome. If you have something really important that you wish to share with everyone, it helps a great deal if you add a capital letter Q to your comment. Otherwise, we will just assume that you're chatting among yourselves. So I think we can go. I am looking at a new image controller, and I'm just getting a sense as to where my buttons are, and I'll show you this new controller sometime in the near future. But I'm pushing the headlines button now. Boom. Okay, behold this lovely sight of musicians playing lovely music on the lovely beach. Has this happened to you? You're enjoying yourself at the beach, trying to get some rest, wearing out your no gracias phrase whenever ambulant salespeople approach you to sell you all kinds of chingaderas. Now you can say goodbye to this lovely picture, because apparently Semarnat, which is Mexico's Secretary of the Environment and Natural Resources, is tightening the leash on a series of activities, including live music performers that take place on federal land when this is not supposed to happen. Apparently, these activities have gotten a little bit out of hand. So we don't know how or who or why or when this will be enforced, but moving forward, there will be no live music played on the beach and on the Malecón, as in massive events. There are no longer going to be massive events on the Malecón. There will no longer be traveling musicians playing and delighting you on the beach. No additional permits will be granted to the already 1,648 beach vendors that have permits. Yes, there is that many. Other activities that are considered risky and will be monitored more closely include access to the beach by all-terrain vehicles, or horseback riders, parachutes, the placement of beach umbrellas and lounge chairs outside of authorized areas, and things like that. The official memo outlining all these guidelines was sent to a very long list of local associations and organizations listed at the end of the article, so consider yourselves informed. CEPAL Director Jorge, let me start again. My English and Spanish pronunciation got all mixed up. CEPAL Director Jorge Alberto Castillo Nunez does not look all that happy in this photograph. He wants to be left alone, I suppose. And why is he not looking happy? Because there's some sort of beef building between him and Puerto Vallarta City Council. Apparently, he has been in charge of the operation at CEPAL for 5 months after having been named by our mayor, Mayor Michel, to oversee the organization. But in those 5 months, he has not submitted any type of report to the city council in the period. And when city council asked to be part of the CEPAL council, and they can do that because the city council is above CEPAL, the director demanded the exclusion of the city council from his very own. How did he do that? Well, by suing Puerto Vallarta's city council and including in the legal suit our mayor, Luis Michel, who gave him the job in the first place. Are you getting any of this? You're not alone. I don't understand why this is happening. I only see that this is happening in the so-called friendliest city in the world. And I should be able to do an easy ba-dum-bum. Where is the ba-dum-bum? Here. Getting used to the new buttons. So this is what's going on with CEPAL. And speaking of friendly, we have now lost track of the number of times the Vehicle Verification Center has been shut down and reopened since last Friday. So we are now putting this story in the freezer until something meaningful actually happens. So in case you've been missing this soap opera or you just getting informed about it, just write the word verification on its own in a comment, and I'll give you the Cliff Notes version one last time. But if you're tired of me talking about the verification center, just think about how I feel about reporting this nonsense. Okay, that's enough for the news. Let me switch over to the weather and we can take it from there. The sun's mother is a whore. No, really, the Greek goddess Leto really gets around. Okay, I have no idea what this is about, but I can tell you that we are enjoying 24 degrees right now. It feels like 24. Humidity is at 51%, and our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 76. Our weather forecast for today says clear skies in the morning with mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon, a high of 28 and a low of 16. It's cooler again, which is nice. Tomorrow, Thursday, we can expect clear skies throughout the day with a high of 28 and a low of 16. And then on Friday, we are going to have clear skies throughout the day with a high of 28 and a low of 16. That's beautiful. And for the next section of news, I have some interesting events that I want to tell you about that are coming to Puerto Vallarta and elsewhere in the Bay. And we are going to wrap up today's news section by playing a game of artificial intelligence. And I'll explain myself in a second. First, let me tell you that Puerto Vallarta's Department of Culture has just announced the 17th edition of the Vallarta Azteca Festival of International Folkloric Dance that will take place in our city from April 30th to May 7th. This is, as in years past, a great opportunity to enjoy folkloric dance troupes from all over Mexico, along with several international groups that are invited to our city as special guests. I will leave you the festival's Facebook page for more information. And just know ahead of time that these folks are not usually very forthcoming of a full schedule until it's very, very close to the festival. So I invite you, as always, to be patient as to the availability of news in this regard. Let's see what else we have. Also, Bahía de Banderas Mayor Mirta Villalbazo has shared some images. The music in between is pretty loud, but your voice is quiet. There is no music in between right now, so I certainly hope. Are you guys hearing music? Okay, I'm just going to continue and listen to these things that you are noticing and see if there's anything I can do. Okay, so I see what you mean. Let me see if I can give you a little bit more volume at my end. The headlines music and the weather music are loud. Okay, I'll look into that. Thank you very much for that. As I was saying, Bahía de Banderas Mayor Mirta Villalbazo has shared some images promoting the National Oyster Festival to take place this weekend on April 8th and on April 9th. This weekend in Bucerías. If you enjoy oysters, this will be an awesome opportunity for you to go nuts. There is not a lot more information about this other than the fact that it's happening on April 8th and 9th in Bucerías. No lists of participating restaurants or other activities. This is what we have. This is what there is. If you enjoy the vocal stylings of four-time Grammy Award winner Canadian singer Michael Bublé, he will be performing in Guadalajara for the first time ever this coming October 9th as part of his Higher Tour. Tickets are now for sale on Ticketmaster. I don't know exactly how much they are, but this sounds like a fun concert to attend. And last but not least, we've mentioned this before. Oh, no, there's another one. We've mentioned that our friends from Hecho, Mano are at it again. They're going to have another pop-up art show, this time on Saturday, April 15th at Mami Chula, the Jamaican restaurant in Versalles. And of course, as long as we're talking about these kinds of things, what about another reminder of our meet and greet, which is coming up a week from Wednesday at 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks from today at Whiskey Kitchen. This should be a lot of fun. We're going to have live marimba music for this one. And before we get into our chit-chat section, I want to tell you a little bit about artificial intelligence. I don't know if you've been reading about AI, but artificial intelligence seems to be sneaking into all kinds of places. The one bit of news that everybody is talking about is how there's artificial brains that can write essays and papers and things for you. But artificial intelligence is also now sneaking into the world of imagery. And I've been having a lot of fun. I'm going to geek out for a second and invite you to geek out with me. There is a new product made by Adobe, which is a company that makes big, important photo editing software and video editing software. And this is called Firefly. And I'm going to show you what Firefly can do. If I find my headline there you go. So this is Firefly, and you're looking at a bunch of images of cats that are singing on the beach drinking coffee. And this is because that's what I asked for. If you see, there is a prompt here. Well, you cannot see it because I'm in the way. Let's see if I can move myself to a different place. Let me put myself up here for a second. There you go. So there's a prompt here, and I am going to see what we get if I say tacos at a medieval church during a ceremony. And let's see what we get back. Tacos at a medieval church during a ceremony. Oh, wow. That is just absolutely crazy. So there we go. Here we see some monks having tacos at a medieval church in the middle of a ceremony. If I want to see overweight cats taking a siesta on the beach, Luna, don't be offended. Oh my God, these are chubby cats. I love it. Look at that. So now you can ask for images, and images will happen on their own. Of course, this is very controversial among artists, just as the word artificial intelligence is controversial. So you are welcome, if you want to play, to now submit a couple of choice phrases that you would like for me to try, and we will do this together. While you do that, I'm going to throw in another one. It doesn't do sexy, and it doesn't do illegal, and it doesn't do real people, but that's what it does. That's what it does. That's what it does. Meet and greet at Whiskey Kitchen. Of course, Adobe doesn't know what Whiskey Kitchen is, but this is just a random one. While I see if you suggest anything. Oh my goodness, there you go. Meet and greet at Whiskey Kitchen. Somebody asks, is the Firefly app free? The Firefly app is free. It is in beta testing right now. Dogs singing on a boat. Oh, I'm happy to do that. Thank you very much, Pat. Dogs singing on a boat. Needless to say, these images are not for profit. Oh, that is so much fun. Look at that. Dogs singing on a boat. Somebody suggesting Puerto Vallarta sunset. You know, Adobe Firefly doesn't know much about our landscape, but I'm going to put it. Puerto Vallarta sunset. Muffin riding a bike in Mexico. That one is next. So there is a Puerto Vallarta sunset. As you can see, it doesn't quite look like Puerto Vallarta, but that's because it's not that smart. Muffin riding a bike in Mexico. Oh dear. Oh my God, this could be fun. A muffin riding a bike in Mexico. Oh, check it out. There is at least one muffin on this image. Sometimes the results are better than others. I see guacamayas cooking on a barbecue. Guacamayas cooking on a barbecue. So as you can see, I've been spending a lot of leisure time, wasting time telling Adobe, oh, check it out. These are guacamayas fearlessly being grilled. I like this one where the guacamaya is actually sitting on top of the grilled stuff. Let's try one more, and then we will continue with our usual chit chat. Pirate cats making dogs walk the plank. Please let me add at sunset. Oh, and Christy's making a request, and I don't know how to say no to Christy, so we're going to try raccoons on a hot air balloon over the mountains in a second. Oh, check out the cats. Check out the cats walking the plank. And now this is really the last one. Raccoons on a hot air balloon. Spell that right, Paco. Over the mountains. I love it. And you can apply different art styles to the images. Oh my God, look at those raccoons. I love it. I think this one, does this have baby raccoons? I think so. But there you have it. As you can see, I've been having all kinds of mindless fun with this new product by Adobe, which again is free for you to play with, and it is a good thing. So feel free to go to Adobe and check it out. But first, let us take a look at your comments and see what everybody is up to this morning. You're telling me that sound effects are a little loud. Let me turn this down just in case. And hopefully that is better. I see many good mornings. I see good mornings and more good mornings. I'm so happy that I'm on a live broadcast. This is my 5th week with my new Cabochon Poppy. It's impossible. Today he's napping. I love it. There's a question. Paco, when I am watching on YouTube, is there any advantage to you if I watch rather than skip the ads? Actually, I think you can skip the ads and YouTube is still going to give me the revenue that they give me. I'm not entirely sure. Just know that if the ads are there, they are there to contribute to Coffee and Headlines. So I always skip through the ads. I don't see why you shouldn't. Let's see. Lynn had a fabulous dinner last night at Barrio Bistro, followed by a nightcap at El Jardín de Versalles. I love it. That sounds wonderful. The news today makes me keep wondering if today is Dia de los Inocentes or April Fool's Day. Right, Pat? I just don't see any of those things being enforced. But we'll see what happens. Let's see. How many public holidays are there over the next few days? What a great question, Jonathan. Tomorrow is Thursday, Holy Thursday, and Friday is Holy Friday. And usually some businesses will give employees the 2 days off. But because this is a religious holiday, not an official legal one, it really depends. I don't know if banks are actually going to close. I read somewhere that Costco is closing on Sunday, and that sent a bunch of expats into a panic, I suppose. And the only other important holiday going on this month is April 30th. It is Dia del Niño, or Children's Day in Mexico. But even then, I don't think it's going to be meaning that anything else is going to be closing. But I'll keep my eyes open for that. Thank you for your reports on the microphone and the levels. I will be so very happy to look into that. Is festive? I don't know the answer to that question, Eric. It's probably misspelled, or maybe I misspelled it. But I'll look into that. Volume of the in-between music is fine. Your voice is low. I'm at full volume on my iPad. Noted. Does the Firefly cost a fee? No, you just get on a waiting list and they let you in. Let's see. Then I see all those crazy prompts. I love it. And there's any other. YouTube only lets you skip so many ads per day without premium. Thank you for that, Joshua. I'm not entirely an expert on those things. I'm just grateful that every now and then YouTube sends me a little check. The voiceover industry is being infiltrated by AI, artificial intelligence, impacting the lives of those who make their living in this industry. It was my bread and butter for 30 years. Now they can take a short clip of your voice and build commercials and so forth and so on. Well, this seems to be an ongoing issue, Susan. I appreciate the comment with not only voiceover artists, but also with writers, with graphic designers, and so forth and so on. How will all this be regulated in the future is a mystery to me. In the meantime, I'm just having fun with the software, being mindful of the fact that that this puts certain groups of people out of business. Let's see. All Costco stores are closing on Sunday, regardless of which country they are located. Oh my goodness. How are we to survive? Is there taxis near Whiskey Kitchen, says Pat. There are always taxis going by Whiskey Kitchen on Francisco Villa Avenue. It is a very busy street. Good point, Logan. Regarding upcoming days, if you're going to need cash this weekend, I'd recommend withdrawing today or tomorrow, as ATMs will run out and they won't be filled again until Monday. This is very, very true. And this brings us to the end of today's broadcast. As always, it is a pleasure to see you. I'm looking for my button. There's my button. I haven't programmed this button just yet. Thank you so much for your company. Thank you so much for your support. And thank you for being in touch. Thank you for taking care of yourselves and taking care of each other. I will see you again sometime soon. And where is my button to end the broadcast? I haven't programmed that either. So I'm going to find the button over here. I'll see you soon.